you're a fried rice lover, you need to watch this video to the very end. I love fried rice so much and I always find different ways to make it. Today I'm making minced meat fried rice. Let's go. Don't need a lot of things. So you need your minced meat or ground beef, however you call it. You're also going to be needing some vegetables. So for my vegetables, I use some carrots, bell peppers, and then onions. You can use any other vegetables that you wish to use or you please. Then you're going to chop them or cut them into your desired sizes. When it comes to vegetables, it's really a matter of preference. If you want it chunky, if you want it small, it depends on you. So I'm going to put some oil in my pan and then add some eggs to it. The eggs are optional. Some people just like to make just egg fried rice without anything else. I wanted this to have eggs and then the minced beef as well. So I added in my eggs. I added in some of that chopped onions that I had and then gave that a good mix. So the next thing I did is to add my carrots, because you all know that carrots are quite harder than other vegetables. So you want to put that in earlier on so that it can become a bit tender before you eat it. So when I posted this on my Instagram, a lot of people were complaining about the fact that I did not start with the minced beef and that the minced beef was not properly cooked. But that was not the case in this recipe. The minced beef are actually cooked very, very well. So I also added my bell peppers. For me, I cannot eat fried rice without bell peppers. I feel like it has a very unique taste that it gives to fried rice. So I always have bell peppers in my fried rice. I added the minced beef at this point, but if I'm to do it again or if I'm to make it again, I'll definitely start with the minced beef. But that does not mean that the minced beef wasn't very well cooked. It cooked very well because after adding everything together, I covered it for it to sit for a bit before I added in the other ingredients. I also added seasoning to it. I think I did not capture that on camera. Because of the minced beef, I added some seasoning so that it can season the beef very well before I added in the rice. So this is how it was looking like. You can see that it's already looking very good. And for me, I always want to have more vegetables, more meat, whatever I'm going to be adding, more than the rice. Because most times you realize with fried rice and noodles that it kind of swallows up the vegetables, especially. So if you don't use a lot of it, you would finish the food and you would not find any vegetable in the meal. So this was a day-old rice, I think, yes. But you can use rice that you just cooked. But you can see the texture of the rice. You have to cook the rice with very little water so that it does not become too soft, because you're also going to add it to the vegetables and add some sauces, so it's going to further add moisture to the rice. So if it's already soft, then you're going to get an even softer rice. So we added a little bit of soy sauce to it. And for me personally, I like dark fried rice, but this time my brother was actually the one making this recipe. I forgot to mention my younger brother, and he doesn't really like a lot of soy sauce. You can see he didn't add a lot of soy sauce to it. But this fried rice came out so good. And as I'm editing it right now, as I'm doing this voiceover, I'm already like craving it. I wish I had it in front of me right now because it tasted so good. And you know, food that you did not make tastes way better than food that you made yourself. I don't know if you agree. Let me know in the comments. So at this point, you're done. You don't even need to do too much. I always say this, fried rice is one of the easiest things to make. So if you do not know how to make it, take this recipe as an inspiration and learn how to make it. Just stir it so everything is well combined. Sometimes some of the rice will be hiding under the rice or under the meal, and so you finish and realize that some of it has some white parts. So you want to really stir it very well so that all parts will be coated with the soy sauce and whatever sauce you added. My family, we like pepper, so even though we added shito to it, we still wanted a little bit of heat. So we added some powdered pepper to this, but this is completely optional, okay? You don't need to add it. It's not added unless it's like people that like it. It's personal preference, as I mentioned. So at this point, everything was done, and that's my brother stirring the food. My brother is actually a very good cook. If you follow me on my other channels, you would see some of the recipes he's made in the past. You see the way he's even stirring the rice shows that he knows what he's doing. Men that can cook. If you're a man here and you can't cook, this is a perfect example and inspiration for you to start cooking, because it's possible. So it's done and then it was served, and this is the end result. It came out so well.